Coach, whenever you're ready.
Well, I thought it was a very good game. Obviously, if you look at that game, you're saying, man, two really good teams playing really good, hard basketball. I thought we did a lot of great things in the game. I thought, obviously the first half was really good. We executed, we defended. We did a great job of getting the lead and extending the lead in the second half. Too many mistakes towards the end of the game. We didn't win the game simply because we made mistakes down the stretch. When you look at the Boston College game, there was a common effect. Guys knew that they were going to win. Too many turnovers, too many defensive breakdowns. Too many young guys made mistakes, and our older guys did too. So I'm not pinpointing anybody. If it's one of those games that we're going to lose, then we have to get better from that. We've got to learn from that. Every game that we play in the ACC is going to be a possession game. And I thought we did a tremendous job finishing the Carolina game. Same thing with Boston College. Tonight, I thought we fell apart at the end because we had too many guys making mistakes. And I needed our veteran guys to step up and take control of the game. And obviously, they were a part of it also. So we got to get better. We will get better. I told my guys I'm proud of them. They played their butts off. It was a great game. If I had one mistake, I thought we had too many. And it wasn't just one person. It was everybody had their hand in. So questions?
Corey Smith, you want to start us off?
Sure. Kevin, what do you say to a guy like Devin Daniels after this game? Because obviously he played 45 minutes overall, the most minutes of anybody, but the three critical turnovers down the stretch. What do you say to him after this one?
Well, I mean, he can't make those mistakes. I mean, when you are a senior guard, and I told him, I said, your leadership is what we need. In the Boston College game and also Carolina, he had a calming effect. He turned the ball over a few times, and it almost like he was pointing fingers, and that's not picking on Devin Daniels. But, when you have a senior guard, and, for us, because obviously without Braxton playing, we were playing freshman guards other than Thomas Allen. And, we'll learn from it, Corey. I told him we got to get better on it. We got to be able to finish games. I thought Devin had a really productive game. It just obviously at the end, unfortunate turnovers.
And kind of building off of that, DJ Funderburk, the type of night he had, 20 points on only 8 shots, goes 9 of 9 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, has the steal, the 1 turnover, but does all that in 27 minutes. Just your thoughts on his performance tonight.
I thought he was great. He did a tremendous job, getting on the offensive glass. He got us some and ones. He made a big 3 for us. They were trying to get him the ball in a situation they had a switch, and Devin tried to throw him the basketball about 10 feet away from the basket, and I thought we could have got a better look off of that instead of, trying to throw it to him posting up. But I thought DJ was a real bright spot. Hey, listen, my guys played their butts off. I'm excited about all of those guys. I think that obviously if you don't know that we are a really good team, we're a really good team. But we have to clean up the mistakes that we made down the stretch tonight.
Thanks, Kevin.
Justin.
Hey, Coach, I know you talked about the mistakes down the stretch, but I want to ask you about the offense. There in the last 10 minutes of the second half in regulation, there was only 2 made field goals by you guys. Was it more so a lack of offensive execution, or was it more so something that Clemson was doing on defense down there in the last 10 minutes?
No, I don't think it was anything Clemson was doing. We just didn't make shots, Justin. I thought we got some looks. We didn't make shots. And by the way, Clemson's a good defensive team. Obviously, I knew, I thought in the first half, the pace was completely in our favor, giving up. They gave up. We were able to score 39 points in the first half. We had Clemson playing a little faster than they like to play. But at the end of the day, man, give their defense some credit. We missed some shots, but a lot of that is because they're a good defensive team.
And I know you're a team that identifies and takes pride in creating turnovers, winning the turnover margin. But now the last 2 games, you guys have lost the turnover margin. How do you improve that moving forward other than just taking care of the ball?
Yeah, we got to take care of the basketball. We wouldn't have. Most of our turnovers probably came late in the second half, where I thought guys got really careless with the basketball. We've got to do a good job in that situation. We only had 8 assists, and obviously Clemson's a team that if you drive. They sell out to protect the paint, and sometimes we didn't make the extra passes. But, it wasn't a lot of opportunities for those because in the first half we shot over 50%. I don't know what we shot for the game, but I thought we did some really good stuff, but we've got to clean that up.
Thank you, Coach.
Lawrence Davis.
Hi, Coach. Could you talk a little bit about how you've seen Manny grow over the last 2 years as a player in person? And then also kind of two-part question. What did you see from him tonight that he can improve on?
Well, he's gotten better. I mean, extremely, extremely better. And he's worked at it. And, obviously give him credit. When I told you guys he was a game time decision, he was a game time decision. And for him to stick it out and be able to play in this game, I didn't know until probably about 5 o'clock today that he was going to play in the game. But he's gotten better because he works at it.
Luke.
Hey, Coach, appreciate the time. Now, despite the loss, I did want to ask you, do you feel like your team is finally hitting its stride a little bit or finding their identity, considering the crazy start to the year, the lack of rhythm, the lack of practice and canceled games?
Luke, I really like my team. I like our pieces. I told my team when I went in the locker room, man, I'm so proud of them. It was a great college game. It was a good game, back and forth on somebody else's floor. If we clean up the few mistakes that we made, and I say mistakes because it's not a major problem because this is the first game that this has happened. If we clean them up, then certainly I think we can compete and beat most teams in the country. And I'm excited about our group. I loved our pieces. I think we got a chance to have a really good basketball team, but we have to fix this. And if you're gonna lose a game, hopefully you learn from it. And if we learn from it, then I'll take the loss to get better.
Andrew.
Kevin, looking at Shaquille Moore in his first ACC road game, the performance that he had tonight, he had 10 rebounds. I think most of them came on the defensive end. He had 2 blocks, one of which probably keeps Clemson from winning the game in regulation. Just what did you see from him, and what does it say for him to go into that environment as a freshman for the first time and do what he did?
He's a good player, Andrew. He's getting better. He's getting confident. The good thing about Shaquille is that, he's not afraid of the moment. He's, you can count on him at the end to make some good plays. He's aggressive. That being said, when you're playing 2 freshmen the bulk of your time, there are going to be some mistakes. These 2 guys, when I say him and Cam Hayes, they both have to learn on the fly. They both have been thrown into an ACC situation, and I think they both are doing a tremendous job. Shaquille, his toughness is what gets him through. He's one of the toughest guys that I know mentally and physically, and he's only going to get better.
All right, 2 more. James.
Hey, Kevin, just a strategy question I wanted to ask you about. Late in the game, you guys were up 3. Clemson had a run out, and they knocked down a 3, the honor kid, to tie the game up. Can you kind of describe how you would like to defend that play? I just was wondering, is that something you want to stop the ball, or do you want to force the 3? I mean, can you just talk about that play a little bit?
Clemson was up 3.
No, State was up 3 under a minute, last minute. They hit
No. We were when we had the lead at 3.
Right.
I had a freshman in a bad spot. They got a transition. They were driving up the right wing. Instead of Shaquille getting out to the shooter, I think it was number 4, he sucked in and they got a shot off. Is that the play you're talking about?
Right. That's it.
Yeah, it wasn't a strategy thing. We wanted to defend it. He just got sucked in. And those are the things that you're going to have to learn when you're dealing with young guys playing in the game. He'll be better for it, but that's one of the things. And I think the score was 62-59 at that moment. And obviously they were coming up and he got sucked in and they kicked it for a 3. As he gets mature and he gets more playing time and gets more situations, he won't come off on that guy.
Right. I just was asking on that. You would want him to stick on the shooter, right?
Absolutely. 100%.
Gotcha.
All right, final question, Rob McClam.
Kevin, Clemson right now is the highest ranked ACC team. You guys played them tit for tat. You could have won the game. Are these 2 teams that could compete theoretically for an ACC title, or are they teams that are in the mix to win the conference, would you say?
I hope so. They've got a good team. And the reason why they're a good team is because they stick together, they play together. Sims didn't have a great night, and they found a way to win. we have a good basketball team. You know, adding DJ back and getting Cam Hayes back, certainly we have a good basketball team. I hope, Rob, I hope that's the case. If you know something that I don't know, we'll do it right now and play that game tomorrow. But I'm excited about my team. We're going to clean some stuff up. We're going to get better for it. And I appreciate all you guys' questions.